Hi, Mike. I don't know what you're permitted to tell us per the NHL rules, but is there any status you can offer on Sidney Crosby?
No, not right now. As the league has put forth these protocols with regard to these type of matters, we're not permitted to comment.
Hi, Mike. There's not a lot of opportunities for goaltenders to get anything close to live action other than the scrimmages and the exhibition game. Do you feel like you need to put each of your goaltenders in situations where they'll, see an equal amount of time against, Sid and Gino, the main scorers, whatnot, between now and the start of games to evaluate them, or is that not your plan?
No, we're just trying to get our guys game action. These guys are playing against NHL players. They're all good players that are on the ice. There was a reason why we put Sid and Gino's line on the same team, because we knew we were going to incorporate special teams as part of it, and logistically it makes it a whole lot easier as far as switching jerseys, and so these guys are all going to get an opportunity through these inter-squads to get themselves in game situations, to be forced to have to make the necessary reads that they need to make as goaltenders, regardless of what the teams look like. So there's NHL players on both sides.
Next question is from Taylor Haas. Go ahead, Taylor.
What did you think of Sam Lafferty's performance today, especially with the speed that he was playing with all game?
I thought Sam played well. He played hard. He brings what he brings. I think his speed is evident. He utilized that on a number of occasions. He's got a strong game. He plays a power game when he's physical and he's strong on pucks, and he's using his speed to challenge defensemen wide, or to force turnovers by closing on defensemen and making it hard on their breakouts. Those are the aspects of Sam's game that he brings to our team game, I think, that make us a better team. So I thought Sam played well. He did a good job on the penalty kill when he was out there. The fact that he has the ability to play both center and wing, I think, is his versatility is an asset that he has. That's great for our team as well. So I thought he had a good game today.
Our next question's from Michelle Crecchiolo. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, Coach. I was just curious for your overall impressions of just the group as a whole and their first kind of extended scrimmage action of the camp so far.
I think the guys have done a real good job. I love our energy level. I love our enthusiasm out there. I love our compete level. I think every day we're starting to we're trying to ramp it up a little bit more and get them more game ready. I thought the first 3 days were really good, just trying to introduce a little bit of grind, but not too much. We gave them a day off to recover, and then we get back at it. The way we did yesterday, and today is their first intra-squad. So, I think the guys they're excited. They're excited about the opportunity. I think they like the group that we have, and we're working extremely hard as a group here to try to get ourselves as game ready as possible. So, I really like the attitude of the group and the enthusiasm. For me, it's palpable. You can feel it when you're around the guys. From my standpoint, it's exciting to be around them.
Next question's from Seth Rohrbach. Go ahead, Seth.
Mike, Connor Sherry set up a couple goals specifically from behind the net. First, just how did he look playing with Sid and Jake in a game situation, and what makes Connor so effective from that area behind the net in terms of making those little passes or setting up plays from that area?
I just think his tight area skills are really good. That's one of the I think the strengths of Connor's game. He plays with a lot of courage for an undersized guy. He's willing to go to the hard areas, and he's willing to play in the trenches. And he's so elusive with his lateral mobility and his agility in tight space. I think I think that's what allows him to be effective when he plays with guys like Sid and Jake, because they thrive in that area of the rink. And I think Connor just enhances that with the strengths of his game. And I thought he made some real nice plays in those areas of the rink in today's intra-squad. But that's something that I think Connor brings to the table. That's one of the reasons why we like his game. And that's one of the reasons why we think his game can be complementary with Sid and Jake when he's playing well in those areas.
Next question's from Rob Rossi. Go ahead, Rob.
Mike, I had to unmute. You're known for really wanting to do everything at a certain pace in practices. I'm wondering how a camp like this differs from maybe a traditional training camp when it comes to evaluating where players are physically so as not to overexert them, knowing that what lies ahead is a Stanley Cup tournament, which is usually a lot quicker in pace than, say, the regular season.
Well, we've thought long and hard about the approach that we were going to take with these guys throughout the course of this mini training camp, and we also seek the feedback of the players daily. And we've got a mature group. I think we've got a group that their feedback is valuable for our coaching staff in trying to give them the sufficient workload and give them the opportunity to recover. That's one of the reasons why we had a day off after the first 3 days, for example. And so, we feel like we've put together a training camp that builds an intensity, that gives them an opportunity to recover, that varies workload from day to day, so that we can give these guys an opportunity to get acclimated with a game environment. That's one of the reasons why that today, for example, is the first real inter-squad game that we've had. We've tried to build into that and give them sufficient opportunity to prepare their bodies for that. And so, we've given a lot of thought into this process, and so we'll continue to seek the feedback of the players moving forward. But it's very different in nature than it is when we're coming out of training camp. For example, when we're designing a training camp in September, that's at the beginning of an 82 game schedule.
Next question's from Michelle. Go ahead, Michelle.
Coach, I was just wondering if you had any issues with the way your referees called the game, or if you thought they did a good job.
I thought the refs did a real good job today. They were, I think they were on top of their own respective games. They try to keep the play moving. There was a little bit of banter going on between the refs and the players out there that was fun to listen to and fun to watch. But I thought Rex and Ty did a pretty good job.
And we have one more from Seth Rohrabaugh. Go ahead, Seth.
Mike, yourself and Jacques, as well as the other staff members, all wore masks on the bench. Is that part of the protocol for this facility, or is that something you might do once games start in Toronto?
No, it isn't. Technically, we when we're on the benches and on the ice, that's one area as part of the protocol that masks are not required. We wear them a lot when we're off the ice in the locker room and in that aspect where they are required. Jacques and I just had them on from our morning, and I think just out of habit we brought them onto the bench as well. But I was trying to manage it because I was blowing the whistle at the same time. But as far as whether or not we'll wear a mask on the bench when we start competition, my sense is we won't. I think we'll, once we get into the secure zone that the league has set up for us in Toronto, I think there's a certain comfort level that we can have some normalcy to how we go about our business.